hello. How are you? Today I'm going to show you how I made an interactive and adaptive music system for a menu, for a game menu, where we are going to be changing the music, the parts of the music in a resequencing process while we advance in the menu. So we have one song that is just divided in a formal structure. It has a part A, a part B, a part C, and a part D. Also an intro. So the problem here is how do we put these pieces, little pieces of one song divided in the game, and how we make them transition softly while we are playing, while we are using the menu of the game. So well, what I made here is a switch container, well, where I have many playlists. I have lots of playlists: the pre-intro, the intro, the part A, the part B, the part C, and the part D, as I said. And another interesting thing here is that I made some transitions. The transitions are going to allow the music to change softly. So we have here all the transitions, all the possible transitions that we are going to listen in the game. For example, when I go from the intro to the part C of the menu, we are going to have a transition with here a transition segment that is going to be in the middle of each piece of the song. For example, let's try this transition here. We're going to go into the cinematic. Yes, into the cinematic. And then we're going to change to C. This is the transition. And this is the part C. Well, there we had this transition that we just saw, just listened to. So I put here a little transition segment and some others that doesn't have any transition segments. Just I made just a fade, a crossfade, like for example, let's see, play, post, exit. Oh no, I didn't make lots of fade in and fade out. I apologize for that. I didn't make that because in this game everything is going to transition at the exit cue, or let's see, we have some cue. For example, here in the part C we have a cue. Let's look for the cues. For example, here I have a cue where I'm going to tell Wwise, okay, when this loop is playing, okay, and a transition is appearing because I changed the state in the game, in the implementation. Well, let's change here in this cue. So I worked also with all custom cues, exit cues to solve this problem of the transition. Where to tell Wise to transition, well, where to tell Wise to change to another part of the music. Another interesting thing is that here I have another state group. I have the menu state groups with, first of all, with all the parts of the music. If we go to states, we have the state. Each part of the music is in a state here. But also I have a pre-intro here as a state group that I say here, okay, this sound, this little sound here, is active or inactive. That's because when I'm in the intro, I think it's this. Let's see if it's the intro. Yes, this is the intro. So when I active this sonidito, this little sound, when I active it sounds in the end of the introduction A part. That's because when I press the button, I want it to be active. This little sound that it's here. So when I go to the music switch container and I set this little sound to active, it's going to sound like this. That is the little sound. I just want it to sound when I press the start button. If I don't press the start button, that little sound is not going to be heard. So that's a detail that I thought it was interesting. And that's it. That's all I made. So now that I showed all system, I have to tell you that I implemented it into the game. But I'm not going to open Unity. I am just going to open the build of the game that I have here and show you how it works, how it works. The intro. The little sound because I pressed the button. This is the part A. And it goes just directly to the part B right now. It loops and it loops until I go to another part. For example, to here. Now it's going to transition. Well, if we go back, it goes back the music also. And if we go here, for example, it changes again to this. So let's exit the game. I'm going to tell you a few things, and that's all. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Thank you. Okay, so here the entire sense of this is making each part of the menu a total unique and unique sound with its own part of the song. So it's more dynamic than just putting the entire song and it's go looping and looping and looping. It can be modified, it can be I can play more maybe with the parts and all that, but I thought that was the best way, and it's a work in progress. This is not a finished, but I thought it was really interesting to do, and it can be implemented also in other games, in other types of games and situations. You can play a lot with Wwise and this type of work. So I hope you like it and keep tuned, because I'm always making this stuff with Wwise. I love Wwise. So stay tuned and thank you for watching.